Hi, everybody. Hold on, let me turn this off. Hi, I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this is a special one. This is called "Stars Don't Fall Out of the Sky." Yeah, because when I worked at the hotel, I got a chance to meet numerous stars. Okay, but I can't name them all today. But later, I promise later on, I'll name some more. Okay. But I've got a list here of some stars that I've met. And I had a chance to dialogue with. Yeah. Okay. Number one was D.L. Hughley. All right. D.L. was doing something. He came to Memphis. Okay. I think he was doing a show or something like that, a comedy show or something like that. But he ended up in the restroom. All right. But unfortunately for him, this was the day when me and my goon squad was chasing somebody. We were trying to catch a guy that was trying to do something. I forget what he was doing. We did so much stuff, but me and my goon squad had chased this guy, and I burst into the restroom, and D.L. Hughley was in there. He was like, and I didn't get him. I didn't find the guy. So I tell you, hey, I'm sorry. He said, oh, I thought y'all were coming to get me. I thought y'all were coming to get me. D.L. Hughley, he was a cool guy. He was a cool cat. He was cool. Yeah, but I scared the crap out of him. He was at the urinal too. So, hey. So after that, I walked him to the main entrance, and he got in his limo, and then he left. Okay, he did tell me. He said, "Man, I need y'all on my team." All right. Next was Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey man, let's go somewhere else. Let's go
Yes,
somewhere else.
Shaquille
Let's
O'Neal.
go.
Well, I can't say he was nice. Okay, he wasn't mean to me, but I saw him be mean to other people. Like when he got off the bus, he he got off his bus, and he walked, and kids were walking to him with their pads in their hand, trying to get him to sign it, and he barged right through. Boom, 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 boom. And I said, man, that brother, that's wrong right there. But I don't know what was on his mind. I don't know if he was upset about something or something like that. But Shaquille walked through the whole crowd, walked through them, and plowed through them, plowed through. All right. This next one was Michael Jordan. Okay, Jordan. This wasn't. I didn't meet Jordan in Memphis. Okay, I met Jordan in Chicago, and he was a hole. Okay, all right. Now I said it. Yes, Jordan was. I don't mess with him. I like some of his sneakers and stuff like that, but he's not a nice guy. All right. I don't know how he is with other people, but I'm gonna tell you, as I was working security, he just walked past us without saying nothing. Sometimes you say, "Hey, Mike Jordan, Michael Jordan, Mr. Jordan," or whatever you say. He just keep going. So next was Smokey Robinson. I don't care what they say about me, and I don't care what they say. Hey, hey. Yeah, Smokey Robinson. I did a story about Smokey Robinson a long time ago. Smokey Robinson came to the hotel and stayed there, and he wanted the officer to sit out in the hall in front of his door and watch for him until the morning. In the morning, they got up, they came down, and he told her, he said, "Thank you, baby." Then he gave her a hug and stuff like that, and then he left. He didn't pay her nothing. Pay her nothing. Yeah. Smokey Robinson, he was kind of old, though. He was older, you know. He had got older, but hey. All right. Then it was Smoking Joe Frazier. Yes, Smoking Joe. I got a chance to meet Smoking Joe. Now, Smoking Joe had came to a Tyson fight. Okay? It was a Tyson fight, and I think it was a Tyson Lennox Lewis fight. All right? Matter of fact, it was Tyson Lennox Lewis. Okay? And Smoking Joe ended up down at the hotel. So it was so crowded out in the front that Joe wanted to get away from everybody. So I took him into the it was a little entrance or something like that, where it was just me and him standing in this doorway, and it was dark in there. So we started talking about who we think was going to win, you know, between Tyson and Lennox Lewis. And I came straight out. I told him Lennox Lewis, okay? And he said, "Man, you got to be bull it me, you know? You got to be bull." I said, "Man," so I started getting mad. So we was like going back and forth and stuff. And he said, "You know, nobody, a boxer can't beat a slugger, okay? Because back in the day when I said, yeah, that was back in the day with you, all right? So I'm talking about now. I'm saying Lennox Lewis will win, okay? So we didn't bet on it or nothing like that, but Smoking Joe was real old and he was limping and stuff like that. So I could have took him. I could have took him, you know. I could have took him out, you know. But I didn't do it, you know. So, yeah, Smoking Joe, he, after that fight, Lennox Lewis beat Tyson, okay? Like I said, Lennox Lewis was a boxer, okay? And Tyson was like a slugger, like, you know. All right. Then after that, it was Roy Jones Jr., okay? Roy Jones. Roy Jones was a cool brother. He was real cool with me. And we talked several times, okay? But one time in particular, he was having a party in his room right before the fight. You know, he was partying in his room. His room was packed, and it was too loud in the room. And I went up there to issue a noise complaint. So after issuing a noise complaint twice, the third time I cleared the whole room out. And I'm telling you, it was so many people in that room. I cleared the whole room out. And then after that, me and Roy Jones was in there, and it was weed smell and everything, you know, in there, and drinks and everything. And I told him, I said, "Look, man, you got to fight tomorrow, man." He said, "Oh, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good." And he got the crap beat out of him, you know. He got the worst beating of his life, okay? I forget who this was he was fighting, but it wasn't Terry Norris. It probably was terrible Terry Norris, you know, who put them hands on him, you know. Roy Jones. Yep. It's crazy, man. Okay, then there was Jerry Lewis. Please, lady, please, please, please. Yeah, that Jerry Lewis. Yeah. Jerry Lewis, everybody told me that Jerry Lewis was a hole, okay? Everybody told me that to watch out for him. So at about, I want to say about 4 in the morning, I gets a call and they told me I need to go up to the 11th floor, okay? That's where VIP was up there, but I didn't know it was Jerry Lewis. And Jerry Lewis told me, he said, can I get up to the roof? And the roof was locked off. The roof was locked. But I made an exception for him. And I told him, I said, all right, I'll take you up there. So we before we went up there, he went to get a cup of coffee. And he asked me, did I want a cup of coffee? And I said, no, it don't matter if I do. Don't matter if I do. So we got our coffee and we went up to the roof and we had a cool conversation. Jerry Lewis was a cool cat. He was. He was funny and he was cool. And that stereotype that people was saying, I don't know, maybe he was mad that day or something like that, but Jerry Lewis was a cool cat, We talked up there and drank our coffee, Jerry Lewis was cool. All right. Then I met Kiss. Kiss, man. Look, I got a call from the front desk and they told me I need to escort VIP up. Okay. So I was looking for him and I pressed the elevator button, and when it opened up, all of them were in there. They were tall too and skinny. Man, and I'm scared of clowns anyway. Well, I'm not scared of clowns. I just don't like them. Okay, don't like them. So I got in the elevator and I wouldn't look at them. I was looking down, and they said, "Hey, bro, man, what you not looking at us for?" I said, "Man, I just don't like clowns." He said, "Hey, man, what are we clowns? What are we clowns? Man, we not clowns, are we?" And they asked each other, "Were they clowns?" And I said, "Nah." He said, "No, we're not clowns, man. We're not clowns." I mm. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But I escorted him up to the room and was able to get him in there. And then they start taking the makeup off. Then I can see the real people, But it was cool. See, the thing is that we had to act like it's normal when we get around the stars, okay? So we couldn't go crazy and try to get autographs and stuff like that, So a lot of them, I never got their autographs, unless they offered it to me, But other than that, I just talked to them normal, All right. Then there was Overton. Yeah, Overton from Living Single. We are living single in a 90s kind of world. Living Single. John Hinton was Overton, Dude rubbed me the wrong way. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I know he was funny. He was funny on Living Single and stuff, but he wasn't funny, in real life. In real life, he was a okay? So, and I told him, he said, I just need to use a phone. He was commanding me. And I didn't snap on him, but I just walked away. Turned around and walked away. And he was standing there like this. Like that. So, you don't yell at me and command me to give you a phone or something like that. Because you be out there. That was it with the dialogue between me and him, Then, Tommy from Martin. Y'all remember Tommy? Man, you ain't got no job, man. Yeah, Tommy, this is before he died. Tommy was in there the same time Overton was there. So, what's Tommy's real name? I forget his real name. But Tommy came to me. He needed to use a phone because this was around New Year's time, around New Year, and everybody was using their phones at the same time. So the lines was backed up or something, and nobody could get a call. So I took Tommy to the back with me and let him use our service phone. Okay, and we made a call. He was cool. He said, "Hey man, thanks." I shook his hand and stuff like that. He said, "Hey, what y'all doing? Come on, go to Bill Street with me." Just so happened I was getting off anyway. So me and a couple of guys that was there with me that was getting off, we went to Bill Street with him. We had a good time, had a good time. But he died after that, but I don't know what the circumstances was, but okay. Then I was in the basement. I was walking in the basement, and a guy was at the end of the other end of the hallway, walking toward me. So I was walking toward him. He was looking for the cafeteria, okay? But the guy wasn't supposed to be. He was in an unauthorized area. He came out his room and caught the elevator all the way to the basement. So I was walking, and we walked past each other like this, like two ships in the night. And then I looked back. I said, "You know what? You look like George Carlin. You know that?" He said, "That's because I am him." And I said, "Oh my good," because I love George Carlin's his comedy. I love his comedy. You know. So we stopped. We shook hands, and he was kind of old, but he still had his wit about him. He was kind of old and stuff like that. And we talked, and then he wanted to get some snacks out the snack machine. So I took him in there to the cafeteria, let him get his snacks, and then I escorted him back to the elevator. And George Carlin gave me some tickets too to his concert. And he was doing a stand up there. I think that was his last stand up too. So I should have went, but it was the workload was so exhausting at that time. But because I couldn't get off on something like that. But I ended up selling the tickets to a friend of mine, and they went. So they had a good time. All right. Then that was the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. I did a story about that too. Yeah, Aretha Franklin was there. But Aretha Franklin was kind of big. She was big, really big. She didn't look the same. So she had it was in the summertime too, and it was hot outside, very hot outside, and Aretha wanted everybody. She wanted to rent the whole 10th floor out. So they tried to accommodate it. They all the other rooms were vacant. Just her staff was in there. So then all of a sudden she wanted the heat turned up high in all the rooms. So the whole floor, when you stepped out on the 10th floor, it was stifling up there. I don't know what she wanted that heated up like that for, but I don't know, man. It was crazy. It was super, super hot. It was like almost 100 degrees up there. I don't see how she survived up there. I guess she wanted to sweat or something like that to try to lose some weight or something. I don't know. But she died shortly after that, too. Mm. And last but not least was Anita Baker. With all my heart, I love you, baby. Yes. Mm. Man, I must admit, she was stunning. She was stunning. She was in the elevator when I got in the elevator. I got in the elevator, and there she was, and I said, "Oh my goodness!" I said, "How you doing, Miss Baker? How you doing, Miss Baker?" And she said, "Oh hey, how you doing?" So we talked all the way up to the 11th floor, and her boyfriend was with her. What's his name? No, that was Stedman was Oprah's. Man, I forget this guy. He looked like Stedman then. He looked like Stedman, but Anita Baker, man. Oh man. And he didn't say nothing. He let me just talk to her, He let me talk to her, So it was cool. And one honorable mention, okay? An honorable mention was Steven Seagal. Yeah, I met Steven Seagal, man. And I ended up escorting him up to his room, and he never get out of character. That guy never get out of character. He said, I maybe if you knew, then you could come and we can work out together. He's talking like that. So he kind of creeped me out though. But Steven Seagal, he's a cool guy. He had a chef with him. This lady was like Japanese or something, and she used to cook his foods in his room. So they had a grill in the room and everything. She used to cook his food and stuff like that. Man, Steven Seagal, that cat never got out of character. So I don't know. And then one more mention, James Earl Jones. Okay, James Earl Jones was in the elevator again, and I happened to get in the elevator, and I wasn't escorting him nowhere, but I just walked up in there, and he had his back turned, pushing a button or something. He said, what floor you going to, young man? I said, I'm going to 11. He said, oh, I am too. And I said, oh my goodness, James Earl Jones. He said, how you doing, young man? And me and James Earl Jones end up talking on the way up to the 11th floor. You know, James Earl Jones was a cool cat. I don't know if he died after that either. I don't know. I don't know, but James Earl Jones, man, it was like I got a chance to meet a legend. A legend, you know. Well, all of them was cool. All of them were cool to me, but some of them were kind of crazy. But you never know when you meet a star how they're going to react to you. Okay, these people, you know, they can act in anger, they can lash out in anger. But I've got a long list of other ones too, and I'll do them at a later date. I'll do them at a later date. But the worst out of all of them, out of D.L. Hughley, out of Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, Smokey Robinson, Smoking Joe Frazier, Roy Jones, Jerry Lewis, Overton, John Hinckley, and George Carlin, Aretha Franklin, and Anita Baker, and James Earl Jones, and Seagal. Okay? The worst of them all was Michael Jordan. Hands down. Okay? Hands down, Michael Jordan. And I hate to talk about Jordan because he's from Chi-Town. He's from my hometown, okay? But you got to call a spade a spade, you know? So, all right, you guys. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do another one later on, okay? At a later date, okay? And I'm going to have a long list of stars again. And I'm going to tell y'all some little intimate details where we talked and stuff like that, or, stuff that happened. All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share it with your friends. Share it with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Peace. Adios. Salamet.
Salamat!